Yeah, some of the guests are here. I don't know. I haven't got this week's letters, though. I've got next week's letters that we're reviewing, that our letter editor has given us. Thank you, Kersky. We're just a little bit behind. But we'll be ready in about 10 seconds, so don't go away. What a shame Gina hasn't found it in her heart to redistribute most of our nation's wealth. Thank you, folks. Our nation's wealth that she's accumulated without doing anything productive. Gina Reinhardt, I think. Second letter, it's obvious that it's his kid, but she's naive and doesn't really know this. How naive can you be? In the last one, they say that Generation Y is rude. Well, what do you expect with examples coming from Generation X? I'm an Xer, that's rude. We'll be back in about 20 seconds with Sweet and Sour, don't go away, and lots of letters, even next week's apparently. Okay, but I want this week's. Where's my coffee? I want my coffee. I want my coffee. Bring me my coffee. Fancy taking my coffee.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour. It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to have your company. Very informative for the next half hour. Who are our guests tonight? First up, you love him. Your emails keep telling me. Hello, Lewis.
Good evening.
How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you.
All good. Are you still doing your quiz nights, etc., and entertaining all the way through?
Well, yeah, I'm mostly in front of the mirror at home nowadays because no one will book me. I want to go home and away. So my mum could go, oh, that's my son, I know I'm going to wear. Okay, yeah, beautiful.
You've lost a lot of weight since the last time.
I have, mate.
What happened?
I discovered exercise.
Oh, did you have to discover exercise, or did you want to discover exercise?
No. I started eating with my little fella at 6:30 instead of 9 o'clock. And 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock.
Well,
chocolate, cookies.
Oh, so you've cut out all of that?
Well, no, I just eat less.
Eat less. You're looking good.
Thanks, mate.
Trim, taut and terrific.
Laugh it.
First timer on the show tonight. Hello, Naomi Starr.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Where would they know your face from? Where have you been?
Zoo magazine.
Zoo magazine. What month?
It's a weekly magazine, so a few weeks ago.
What week? What week?
I don't know.
Can't
a
they
few
go
weeks
and
ago.
Google it?
158.
Yeah, I don't know.
132.
Does it? 132, 158, you know all the bits and pieces.
Ask again.
What type of magazine is that? Zoo magazine, it's about animals. Okay. Is that right?
Yeah, it's about a zoo.
Is it?
Yeah.
Lovely
I
job.
don't know whether that's true.
Nah, it's men's entertainment magazine.
It's a men's entertainment magazine.
Yeah.
Is that what? Can I just? Yeah. Do you know anything about men's entertainment magazines?
No, but I've been asked to be in quite a few, and
Have
I
you?
turned them all down, yep.
Oh, right, but none of them have got a wide circulation.
Well, I got asked by Playboy and I got asked by
Did you
Penthouse.
really?
Yeah, I'm not going to show my goods to anybody, thank you. Only one person, I don't do that.
Only one person.
Only one person gets to see these.
Who's that one person?
Oh, well, whoever's the person is at that time. And it hasn't
So
been
there's
for
a lot of one person.
No.
When do you go away?
7th of July.
7th of July. So we've still got time to get you on the show.
Yes.
We'll get you back next week as well, and then you go away. How long are you going away for?
About 4 months, maybe 6.
Oh, we're
Depends
going to
on
miss you.
everything. Oh, well.
Who's going to give me a hard time?
You know what you can do? You can do televised things on the mobile. Hi, Getty, and Sweet and Sour in America.
Yeah. No. Hello, Daz.
Hey, how are you?
Good, mate. The book, how'd it go?
The book. I didn't bring the book because I wanted to send a shout out to everybody in Manjimup, and there's a new aged care
Manjimup,
development.
for those people in the east, is in the southwest of Western Australia.
Yes, it is the biggest super town announced for WA, so very exciting.
What does that mean? It's a super town, WA.
If WA is going to double over the next 20 years,
Manjimup.
about 8 super towns that are outside of Perth have been identified. So hats off to Manjimup, they've done a great job.
A super town.
So that'd be like Mandurah.
So you'd rather push super town rather than your book?
Yeah, the book's always there,
Okay.
but it's just not new anymore.
Ready to do some work?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Let's get down to it.
Dear panellists, I don't know the woman from a bar of soap. I've no idea whether she's a good person or a bad person, and I try not to judge anyone. So the richest woman in the world, Gina Reinhardt, is only a news story to me, a concept if you like. What utterly disgusts and is very real to me, considering I work 55 hours a week and struggle to make ends meet, is that our politicians are so gutless or so inept in failing to legislate to make sure the wealth of our nation is distributed a little more fairly than how it is monopolised and pocketed by a few currently. The fact that our laws allow obscene wealth to be created without having a proper redistribution of the income from resources in the ground that belong to all of us offends me completely. Many resource-rich nations around the world have free schooling and medical for the entire population. Yet in our population of only 23 million, we can't find a single politician to make this a reality. What a shame Gina hasn't found it in her heart to redistribute most of our nation's wealth that she has accumulated without doing anything productive. Magnus of Claremont in Western Australia has written, Alex, do you want to pocket some of the mining royalties?
Jesus, Magnus, you know, where do you live? Claremont.
Claremont.
Oh,
he wants more.
Excuse me. Oh,
What camera are you looking at?
Oh, that one.
No, you've got to look at that one.
I know, the lights are on.
But nobody's home. Come on, this one over here is
yeah,
your camera.
no, look, he just sounds like he wants more money. He lives in Claremont. Okay, if you were writing from somewhere like Belga or where else?
What difference does it make?
Oh,
It's a
well, somebody-
principle.
No, it's not. Just
Or
because
Mount Druitt.
he's probably got plenty of money himself, but you know you can complain.
Hang
till
on.
you're blue in the
What
face.
utterly disgusts me, and it's very real to me considering I work 55 hours a week and struggle to make ends meet, is that our politicians are gutless or so
Struggle.
inept.
Oh, okay.
He's on Struggle Street.
How much
Doesn't
money-
matter whether you're on Struggle
How
Street
much
in
money do you
Claremont.
make? Where? No, look, you can talk, you can complain about this till you're blue in the face. You can complain about the politicians as much as you want. Nothing's going to change, and it's just the way it is, you know.
Well, it's up to us to make
we
things
have to
change.
pay. Well, it's not going to work
Why not?
because it's all corrupt.
Oh.
It is, and they won't change anything. The politicians are getting richer. They don't. They all say they're going to do this and they're going to do that, but they never do anything, and we're just always complaining. So it's not going to work. I've just been trying to get speed bumps put down our driveway to stop a new owner of a property speeding down the driveway, and I got a letter today from the council
To say?
to say no, they're not going to do it because it's going to cost too much. Even though they're re-asphalting the whole road and making it a new. Oh, it's just.
Well, that might be a real argument. It's going to cost too much.
No.
Are you the only one that wants speed bumps? Well, did you go and get more people to sign a petition?
Yeah, I
to
did.
see?
I asked some people. What do
How
you
many
think
did you
about
get?
this? About 7.
Seven
And there's
people.
13 in the
gonna,
complex.
They're going to spend $1 million to appease
Well,
7 people.
no, we didn't want to have that road redone, but they just did it anyway.
Right,
and now we've got to pay for it.
Daz, we had a politician who got dumped as the Prime Minister who was campaigning for a real royalty.
Yes.
Are politicians now scared to actually stand up and do that sort of thing? And the first day that Julia came in, she said, that's it for the tax. Goodbye.
I know. And now it's all back to front, and carbon tax in Australia is the flag nation to lead out that kind of BS. Look, to be honest with you, if the Anzacs were still alive today, they'd be hurrah, hurrah for Gina, that the richest woman in the world lives around the corner in WA. On the flip side, mate, I do empathise with you, but what makes you think the government's going to do a better job redistributing the wealth than a Woodside or a Rio or a Gina or a Clive Palmer or anything like that?
Well, hang on. They're not going to redistribute the wealth, are they? They're not going to make any fist of it at all.
Through their companies, though, they often contribute to community, schooling,
Not a lot.
university. Oh, don't be a pessimist.
Not a lot.
Don't be a pessimist.
Not a lot,
They just get
Naomi.
paid more.
What do you want to see? More money in your pocket redistributed from all the mining companies, or are you happy for them to keep swallowing?
I don't know. I know a lot of people that work up north and things, but I guess if I was in her position, I'd probably be like, it's rightfully mine. Do what I want with it.
Don't know whether it's rightfully mine, but she's a human being like the rest of us.
Yeah.
And in her position, we'd probably all be the same.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's like,
Leave her alone.
it's
Yeah.
horrible to say, but we'd probably be Nazis if we were brought up in that culture
Yeah.
all that time. It's just what we go through.
And Mitch, she does refer to it as, Lang's dynasty or her father's dynasty, it's semantically pregnant in those people's mind,
Oh, look,
It
People
happens
like
to
Magnus
Queens.
want
I
some of
agree
it.
with that woman that it's not Gina's fault that she's greedy. Who knows what her background is, whether she is greedy or not, or that's just how she chooses to deal with things. But it is up to the government to make sure that we've got a balance going on and more
They're
comes
trying.
back.
They're
Lewis, your take on all of this?
Oh, we spent half an hour on this one letter alone, even though we had another letter. Just sort of sneaked in about the driveway and the speed bump. But,
That was my own letter.
but
Bizarre.
uh,
Can you write to us next time?
yeah, man. Gina Reinhardt, apparently she does some good stuff around town. I've been told by someone that lives next door to Magnus in Claremont, which is not a bad area. I've been trying to get in there for years, you know what I mean? But Not too many black people in Claremont, you know. But anyway.
Hang on. You ran one of the best establishments in
No,
Claremont.
well, I used to live it. It was rental though. I couldn't afford to buy it. Anyway, I'm off topic, aren't I? I am. Here we go. Even distribution of wealth. It'd be nice if all the governments around the world all of a sudden stop warring. Stop going to war, and you know we got all the money together in one big pot. Almost. One big pot, and then everyone was happy. But that's not the way life goes. That's not the way the world works. And Gina's got dosh, you've got none apparently. But you know, 55 hours a week, not much really. And you are making ends meet in Claremont, so there must be quite a wad. I'd like you to take my budget and make ends meet at your gaff, and I'll take your budget and make ends meet at my gaff. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll be laughing.
Short of it is, if you've got a campaign and you're going to crusade, make it a good one. But don't think people are going to do it just because you think it. Get out there and spruik it if you want it to happen. When we come back, we're going to be talking about whose kid is it anyway? When we come back, don't go away. What does that mean?
Why are you looking at me?
How many kids have you got?
None.
I remember, that was the old Kentucky Fried jingle. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. If you'd like to send us a letter, send it to this address that's appearing on your screen right now. There it is, letters@sweetandsour.net.au, and for every letter that we do discuss with the panel, we're going to send it to the movies courtesy of the very gorgeous Natalie Cameron, who's now Natalie O'Shea, and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week is Ice Age 4. Good movie.
Yeah, man, 3 was wicked.
And if you'd like to give us a like on Facebook, please do so. It's Facebook.com/Sweet and Sour. Give us a like, and apparently that's really good for us for some reason, but somebody has to explain that to me.
Makes
I don't
you
know
popular.
what. Makes me popular?
Yeah.
I don't need that.
I think you had a lick last
Show
time,
me.
wasn't it, mate?
A lick. Okay, dear panel, what can I do? My best friend is sleeping with a guy who, I know, has a kid with another girl. He even takes her to see his ex and play with the baby, but my friend doesn't seem to think there's anything strange about him visiting the child and giving her presents. It's obvious it's his kid, but she's naive and apparently doesn't know this. He split up with the other girl about a year before meeting my friend, and the kid's about a year old. So he did a runner when he found out she was pregnant. Shows a lot about his morals. I figure I should tell my friend that this is probably his kid, but my dad says to let her live in her perfect world of fantasy. I don't want to lose her friendship by causing trouble about this bastard, but I know one way or another the truth is going to come out. What are the consequences that you can see if I did blab? And it comes to us from Hayley of Henley Beach in South Australia. Beautiful place, Henley Beach. Okay, Lewis, what do you do? Blab or not blab?
Well, I reckon that if they're very, very, very good mates, and she's got concrete evidence that this geezer is, in fact, I quote, a bastard, and is a dodgy geezer, then she should let her know and get on with her life. However, there's nothing in here that, look, she's totally oblivious, she's having fun, she's going to play with her mates, she's having a laugh. Yeah. Nice weather in Henley Beach. You get outside for a walk and stop thinking about other people's lives.
True.
And get on with your own love. That's all I can.
Naomi, would you like to know if your boyfriend had a kid?
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
and if he didn't tell you that he had a kid and you found out, how would you feel?
Oh, it'd just be the end of it.
Can I ask you a question too?
Yeah.
How dumb is she to not
Yeah,
make
you'd
that
have
kid?
to be pretty naive, I reckon. Like,
Maybe
why
she
would
knows.
your boyfriend? Yeah,
Maybe she knows and she's just
But she's
very
like-
happy.
But she's just sleeping with, not getting engaged
yeah,
to or
exactly.
married.
She might
Best friend
just
is sleeping
be
with a
seeing
guy.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just true.
If it was your boyfriend and you had real feelings, then you'd definitely want to know. But if you were just having a bit of fun, then
If you were that girl, what would you do?
would you
Would you be cool with visiting the ex and playing with
Oh
her?
no.
You wouldn't blab?
No, I'd have to tell her.
You'd have to tell her.
Yeah, if my friend was actually talking about as if she actually had feelings, yeah, you'd have to tell her.
You'd have to tell her.
Yeah, for sure.
Daryl, would you have to tell her?
Yes, I think so. You can't. Naivety is not something to be overly valued, really.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. The internet's here. Transparency is increasing at phenomenal rates, and I think if somebody's going to stay outside of the, or under the umbrella, if she's a mate, come on.
Yeah.
Just name it. Name the elephant in the room, I think.
Oh, name it. Are you a blabber or sitting on it and
Well,
keep it quiet?
that's difficult because if you tell your friend, then you could probably lose your friendship. because sometimes they don't want to know. I mean, I have girlfriends
I reckon
where...
she knows. I reckon
Yeah,
the
well,
mob over
maybe
here
she doesn't want to know,
are right.
and she might be just happy with it and waiting for him to tell her. You know, it really gets my goat sometimes how you have to tell someone everything about yourself. You know, why can't there be some mystery? So what? Is he marrying her or not? No, he's not. He's just dating her. He doesn't have to tell her anything about his life. That's nothing. Why would that be upsetting? It's a child.
My
for
question
God's
is,
sake.
why is your opinion so important?
Yeah.
Maybe you should wait until she asks. If you think this is happening,
Yep.
what right do you have to go and say, well, I reckon this? You don't have any.
Listen to your father.
If you're a true friend, wait until you're asked for anything. We overvalue our own opinions,
Well,
I think.
she said
None
he
of us
ran
are
out.
always right all the time.
He did a runner when he found out. Yeah, well, he was probably shocked, like most guys.
She doesn't know that.
She doesn't know what's going on.
She doesn't know what's going on.
The ex could be a nightmare, but my ex is fine. But his ex could be a nightmare.
Look, I always say just shut up until someone asks you, and then understand that it's only an opinion, not a fact you're offering.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
She probably knows anyway, and she wants to be in oblivion.
It's
In
none of
my
her
opinion,
business.
it was a waste of 4 minutes and 48 seconds. Hope we could have
There
spent
we
the time.
go. When we come back, we're talking about kids who can't get jobs with the big boys because they're outsourcing and... Hello?
Can you give me a job?
When we come back, don't go away with Sweet and Sour. Certainly, my darling. No problem. What would you like to be doing?
I want to be producer.
Community television needs your support. They used to have biscuits on Sweet and Sour.
Ooh, I don't know so much. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. Straight into the letter. Dear Gary and panel. Or somebody calling me Gary. That's different for a change. I'm a little bit hesitant writing to you as the panel seem to hammer the last lot of letter writers. That's not like us, is it?
Never.
Oh.
Especially me.
I would appreciate it if they didn't hammer me and instead turned their attention to large corporate bodies such as Woolies, Coles, Big W and Bunnings. My 17-year-old daughter is struggling to get a job, be it casual, part-time or full-time. Thanks to these large corporate businesses introducing the self-service checkout, they have reduced the need for staff, therefore eliminating the need to employ our 15 to 18-year-olds. I refuse to use these self-serve checkouts as they've taken jobs away not only from my daughter, but God knows how many hundreds of other teenagers. And also, we wonder why this group of young adults has the attitude of why bother. But when they hand in resume after resume or go for job interview after job interview, and no one has the decency to even flick them an email saying they were unsuccessful, you know why they developed this attitude. They say Generation Y is rude. Well, considering most of the people conducting the interviews or taking the resumes are from Generation X, what examples are they setting? And it comes to us from Kelly of Bulleen in Victoria. Daz, you're first up on that one.
Mate, that is... look, Kelly, I'm very sad and empathise with regards to the... You know, if your experience has been not receiving communication, you know, the non-decency of saying, sorry, you're unsuccessful, you didn't get the job. But realistically, I think that's going to be one of the changes that we're going to have to work within. You know, jobs are going to change a little bit. There's going to be a lot more IT jobs or a lot more mining jobs, you know, things that are growing. And also we've got more and more population. It's increasing, well, I mean, with regards to what I just said. So
Yeah, competition.
I don't know if you've seen any statistics on how many teenagers are losing jobs, but, you know, I'm sure that if you look hard enough, you'll be able to get the right thing just because it's not in this in the areas that we expected or that Generation X and beyond expect, you know, go through the ranks, go through fast food, go through Coles and Woolies, you know, grow up and then climb the corporate ladder. It's just not like that these days.
And the letter writer is fairly specific. She's talking about retail groceries, and then she's included Bunnings as well. But geez, it's hard for retail at the moment.
I know.
Yes.
I don't think a lot of them are making a lot of money. They're doing their best to actually stay in business at the moment.
That's true as well, yeah.
It's not only the young people that aren't getting these jobs, the older people aren't getting the jobs as well, you know. So, you know, Kelly...
Unless they want to join the mining industry, which is the only
not
place
all.
that...
But Kelly, you know, I can empathise with you, but I like the self-serve checkouts because, you know, I hate waiting in line when there's people with like trolley loads of stuff and I've just got that little trolley, you know, handbag and it's like, oh great, go through that. And I've been doing it, it's great. But, you know, like Daryl said...
Did you do that at Bunnings?
Yeah, you did. I did it at Bunnings as
did
well.
it at Bunnings.
'Cause I went,
What are you buying, Bunnings?
I bought some glue and some wood. I had to put shelves up in my laundry. I
some
drill
speed
holes in the
humps.
walls and I put shelves up and painted them, and then
come to my place, I've got a little bit of
I'm one of those women that
fixing
can
up
do
with that,
everything, but no,
So you keep telling me.
you know, the self-serve checkouts, they're great, you know, but you know, if you really want a job, you can find yourself work, you know.
Oh.
You can, like, you go out, you know, wash cars, clean houses, you know, I did that when I was out of work.
That's not a job.
It is.
That's finding some money.
No,
that's not a job.
But it's also experience in life. You're getting to find out how
Yeah,
hard
yeah,
it is,
yeah,
and you get
yeah.
out there and you do
No
stuff.
denying, but it's not a job. It's experience in life, and it's going out and fending for yourself, which is a good lesson, I
stay in
agree.
school.
But it ain't a job. Lewis,
Learn.
retail, how's it doing? Do they have an obligation to the younger generation or to any generation to make sure that they keep employing?
But their principal obligation, obviously, is to themselves.
And their shareholders?
Well, I don't know. See, I've always... I always go on the shareholders, you know, because they're making the dosh anyway. But
That's why they're in business.
It's a business, and
It's a
you know,
business.
everyone's economising. Everyone's making stuff smaller, like smaller Big Macs, more expensive. But when I was a kid, Big Macs were huge. Anyway,
Exactly.
now
Wagon wheel.
Did we grow or did they get smaller?
yeah, but you
the
know,
wagon wheel.
it's a nightmare for 17-year-old kids nowadays, mate. Do you know what I mean? The amount of stuff they're supposed to know,
Yeah.
and they don't know because all their mind's in the iPad, and if they don't have their mind with them at work, what's going on? They're dumb
Stuck in their iPhone.
people.
Are we, Generation X, are we responsible for the attitudes that are coming out, which was the second part of this
Well,
week?
as a Generation X, does that well, the step above? We're
Yes.
responsible for spoiling them and giving them everything and not teaching them to, you know, go out there and get the paper round and all that stuff and then flow into it. Because if you're 17 and you're minted, mate, and you got your stuff happening, you'll get a job, no worries. Do you know what I mean? As for the checkout things, I refuse to use them because I'm lazy and I like talking to people. There's my card. Do you have flybys? No. Do you know what I mean? I love that stuff.
Were you
Yeah,
ever a
computers
checkout
has all that.
dude?
No, but I was trolley boy.
I was
First
trolley
job,
boy. Same deal, same deal.
Do you know, I used to hate pulling those trolley. I'm better than this.
No, we got the
But, you know,
presentation.
Naomi, were you ever a trolley boy or a trolley girl or a
No.
checkout chick?
Can't say
No,
I
you've never
was.
been in retail?
Oh, I worked in a clothes shop when I was
Yeah,
younger,
that's retail.
but no, I haven't worked in any of those. But
Okay.
I don't like the self-service checkouts. The one time I did use one, I broke it, and the staff member had to come and do it anyway. So that was a waste of
Yeah,
time.
they need. Yeah, people always have to stand there
Exactly.
because they always pack up.
Exactly, and I don't know. I just
I don't
don't
mind them.
believe
though,
in
I'm
it.
getting used to it.
Been a-
I don't like them.
You don't like them.
They scare me a bit.
What about the lady? You know,
How
these
can
are-
we help the 17-year-old?
I guess you just got to develop a thick skin and keep looking.
keep looking.
Yeah,
Welcome to
look
life.
elsewhere. Might
That's it.
just not be
Just
that
keep
job.
putting it
Do
out
you
there.
like this letter to give away the pair of limited edition sunnies courtesy of Alon Treves and Aussie Opticals? Do we like this letter? Or do we like some of the other letters?
Well, see, the
Yes.
geezer in Claremont gets nothing. He's got enough already.
Yeah.
The chick in Henley Beach,
so-
you
I
know,
think letter
go
three.
walking,
Make
do
this
some
clear.
yoga,
Could use some
maybe
yoga.
some Prozac.
Hang on, we got comments coming through. Des, which one do you like?
Look, I don't know. I'd have to go with number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Me too.
Number 3. Conversation's going to which one over here? Number 3.
Number three.
Number 3. Number 3. Coming out to Kelly of Bulleen in Victoria. Pair of limited edition sunnies courtesy of Alon Treves. Guys, I want you to all come back next week because this one's not going to be here for about 4, 5, maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
Will you come back?
Yeah, man, I'm coming back.
All right, will you come back? Yeah. You're coming back. Yep, Des?
Always
Terrific. Thank our terrific panellists. Thank our wonderful crew. We'll see them all next week.
Good
And
night,
thanks for
everyone.
having us at home tonight, Australia. Good night. Bye-bye. See you next week. Bye.